It is live. It is live.
All right.
Yep. It's about to start. I'll add this over here. All right.
Yeah. What about you? What do you kind of think? Cause like,
I'm putting my money on Kratos here. Put my money on Kratos. I think Kratos got this. He's got this.
yeah. It's also kind of strange that they have like the whole thing of spawn Ghost Rider, like right after Kratos Asura, because like you have the, wasn't it in season 1 they had like Kratos versus Spawn?
Yeah.
The two kind of come back.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't even know if it is going to be the next.
I think it's gonna be the next. I have good faith. in that.
Yeah.
Here it goes. Here it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face.
All right, we're here for this.
Weapons,
All right.
armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang.
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting the whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard
Okay.
child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan mortals, far exceeding all
Fish
among
god,
them.
sliding
He
puzzles,
became a
sack
fierce
boy.
warrior, winning many a battle, until
What,
finally
sack
cornered
boy?
by ruthless
That's someone
Wait,
to
are
talk
they
about.
gonna count
Destroy these
crossovers?
guys who are kicking my ass.
I think that might just be a
My life
meme.
is yours.
But that's pretty
The
funny,
deal
though.
was made, and Kratos was joined at the
I
bow
bet they're
with
probably
the
gonna
blades
mention
of
about the whole
chaos,
Shovel
the
Knight
chain swords, and
thing.
basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
They just
Ares
might,
had a
honestly.
scheme. While doing work
Yeah.
for his god,
Loses the
Kratos
Shovel Knight.
accidentally murdered
It's like
his
El
own family,
Rebozo
permanently
lost
wiping
a Shovel
ashes of his
Knight.
wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the ghost of Sparta.
So he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new god of war. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of
So,
Hades himself.
They're really
Could've
counting
thought that
the
one
Greek
through, man.
items.
Neither
That's good to know.
Perseus or Hercules were
Yeah.
a match for Kratos.
I kind of
Nor was
imagine that they're gonna
Helios,
kind of
the
like
sun god
have
capable of
Kratos
moving
just like
stars
use a
and
bunch of the
spreading
different
light
weapons,
across the entire
but
underworld.
maybe like
He
end up
fought
with like the Blade of
Atlas, the
Olympus,
Titan of strength,
or
who broke the load-bearing
maybe-
pillar
maybe
of the
the-
universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up
I
the
don't know, maybe the
cosmos
axe,
on his
actually,
own
by
instead.
the
And
end.
he could do it with just one hand,
Maybe.
according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a quadrillion times faster than light. A frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus.
Who proved
Now,
a
I
serious
did check this
challenge
up. There
until
is
Kratos drew
a
perhaps
couple
his
counts that
ultimate
do
weapon,
actually
the
reach to
Blade
that
of
level for
Olympus.
Asura.
It can make tornadoes, lightning,
Which
force
is-
fields. Oh, and
but
it
they're
can stab
not
the
the
hell
most
out of you.
consistent.
It siphons godly energy
So
and
I
could
wouldn't
pull enough to
imagine
even kill Zeus.
that
like
battle might
father,
use
like
them.
son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the
But they
Greek
can
world,
reach to
he could only
pretty
do so
similar kind of
after
levels.
annihilating
So they might
everything.
Like a
kinda say,
badass,
like,
he was unstoppable.
Kratos might be just,
Non-stop
like, a bit
killing and
faster,
sex
or
and even more killing.
they might
And
keep them
yet,
almost about
He
equal.
couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife and daughter were still
I mean,
gone.
we're gonna see if they're gonna bring it up. We'll
He
see. We'll see.
didn't know. He wandered
Yeah.
aimlessly for years. Somehow
I do like the
stumbling
editing.
into
Look at- this is
mythology
pretty
where he
clean.
met Faye, his second
Yeah.
wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad
It's
to
Faye
a new
Bay.
boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook. especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan Axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan Axe was deliberate and mighty, said to rival Mjolnir itself.
Thor
This just
wishes
feels.
Mjolnir was as cool
This
as
whole
Thor.
analysis just feels
It's
legendary.
imbued
What
with
the hell?
ice magic and a poison even the
Yeah.
gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Yeah, I
Kratos
think
may
they are
once
going to
been a
have
sword of
a
vengeance,
Leviathan
but with
axe
his
as,
new
like, the final
weapons and a
weapon.
new purpose,
The way they're
he
kinda,
stood
like,
as a shield
talking
against
about
the
it.
godly Asura.
Yeah, they're really hyping it
Bad,
up.
He just can't help but get in trouble
Yeah.
with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy.
I kind of forgot how
He even
RPG
has relics and magic
you
that
kind of
can
like,
warp space and slow
you know, the
down
new God of
time.
Wars get. Look at
Naturally,
this, just
he contests
raining
with the
down all this
strongest of
bullcrap.
the Norse
It's like Final
gods,
Fantasy.
including the god of thunder,
Yeah.
Thor, who was powerful enough to
I don't
fight
know if
the
they're going to
fire
mention
giant
it. There is
Surtur
like
and
an
the world serpent
armor
Jormungandr
upgrade that
at
like
the same
negates
time.
healing, which
Oh,
is
and
like
that fire
an
giant would be
incredibly
the cause
powerful
of
thing to
actual
have
Ragnarok.
against
You can't
Asura, but
defeat
I'm not
me,
sure.
Thor. I know, but
Yeah,
he
I feel like the
can.
main problem with
Not exactly.
like Asura,
Fire, the
like,
rain god, held
I guess
off
it mainly comes down to
Ragnarok
can
for a
Kratos
considerable
put
time
Asura
on
down.
end,
That's like the
and
biggest,
sheer power
because
of
like
Ragnarok
Asura's
shook Yggdrasil
like I guess
down to its very
his whole
roots.
That's
healing
the
thing,
world
regeneration,
tree, which is
immortality.
like
It's
the
just
literal tree
difficult.
that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very
Wait, are they
existence
actually-
supports all of creation.
Oh my God, Crimbus called it. They're doing it.
Every strand,
They're doing exactly what
Wait.
Crimbus said. He predicted.
Transcending space.
Everything
Oh,
comes back
Yep.
to the tree.
So it's
Oh my
kinda
gosh.
like Kratos lives in a really, really, really
Never
big
mind.
treehouse.
Dang.
In the Norse world,
Okay.
Kratos reclaimed old
Wait,
weapons
shut up.
by reckoning with his
Bot
past
Shovel Knight to a
sins,
standstill.
even taking up the blade of
Oh,
Olympus
Shovel
once
Knight's
again.
okay.
Even
Shovel Knight's
better,
here.
He actually got to be a
All right.
decent dad. And now the boy is
Dang.
a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
The mighty defender. He's sitting on his
Battle is
throne.
sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
With Robin Hood Gold, you can now enjoy
Okay,
the
so
VIP
yeah,
treatment, receiving a 3%
Kratos
IRA
has
match
this,
on
okay.
retirement contributions.
Yeah, that's
Oh, well.
that.
Privileges of the
That
very
like what the,
privileged
unless
the
they
are exclusive.
that
like really want to go into like Asura's, the whole god for Asura being beyond space and time or something, but like I really don't think they're gonna do that.
that tree. That as soon as they bought that, I'm like, oh, Kratos is like Infinite 4D now. Infinite 4D. That was the easy Infinite 4D right there. Since they bought the chest same time, I'm like, oh, Kratos got
Did
this.
he lift? But did he actually lift the entire fourth dimensional tree off the ground? I would love it just to have Asura win, and then that just be the next thing that they say.
Like, did he actually do that? Like,
Did he did he
Well-
actually lift the whole tree off the ground?
I don't
You
know.
can't see it.
But like, yeah, but like that's the difference. With Asura, I see feats, but with Kratos, I have to read them. I don't understand.
Rise from the depths of 1,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura served as defender of humanity against
Them in Marvel
impure
versus
Goma,
Capcom.
dark spirit monsters
real, though.
infesting the world.
And the
Yeah.
demigods battled
I think he was supposed to be in like Infinite, but the game didn't do well.
By advancing technology with Mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness Mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma.
I feel like Asura's Wrath is just like
Wasn't
they
angry
can
enough
just
to
one
put
big
Goma
movie
Bleacher down for good.
with an actual like
At
gameplay.
least
Yeah.
not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad, right? right?
Funny you should say that.
Ah, damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian Generals could maybe finally end Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously, Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered his wife, kidnapped Mithra, and then just straight up killed him. What a dick.
But true to his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between
I
life
don't
and
know
death.
how
Thanks to
I
some
feel about
coaxing
that.
from a strange golden spider,
is-
he did just
It
that,
kind of
with an
implies
all-new
through the story
purpose
that there
in mind.
is
Make
like
the
some
gods
part of his body
pay.
needs to be
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but then
they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all
It-
assholes who started
iffy.
sacrificing thousands
I
of
feel
innocent
a lot of people
people
have
to
like
try
questions
to
about
power up.
him climbing
So
out
Asura
of
got
there,
really,
especially with the
really
realms.
pissed off.
I guess the
through his
pillar
rage, Asura's
size.
power exploded,
Yeah.
rising enough to
I
throw
wouldn't be
giants like
surprised
ragdolls
if like
and
a black
shatter
box
whole
or something
moons
might say
and
like,
destroy
oh,
a
it
fellow
could be
deity.
infinite in
Why is
size or
Who
something,
could
because
dwarf the planet and wreck it with
I can
just
really
a
imagine
finger?
that as like a
Look
little black
at
box
this.
just saying like,
Asura
hey,
is
both
so
of them actually have
powerful, his
infinite
soul
speed
cannot be
scaling.
manipulated by the Goma or the deities.
Theoretically,
He can propel himself
but
with
it would
mantra
actually
to
just make
fly,
him equal,
harden his
or
fists to
something
break
like that.
steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt
He has
you
energy
so hard you wish
spirals?
you could
That's actually
die
kinda cool.
even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of foes. And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid-fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all
Wait, the blues in
shouting
chat? Yo, sup, the blue?
explosions, though. I mean,
Yeah, I forgot to
it
say
was
hi to
all
everyone in
that,
chat.
but he
Space,
also
sub
tried to
Space,
protect
sub
people
Wraith,
from the
sub
gods,
Tortoise,
including a girl
Sub General,
who very much
Sub
reminded
MC.
him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed
All right.
that girl too,
We're getting-
along with her whole village.
we're getting almost
sparking
past the
Asura to
preview mark.
unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra, he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura,
This guy's got so many transformations. Look at this.
Perfect
1,
for
2, 3,
absolutely
4,
shit-stomping a
5,
snobby
6.
dude
Dang!
God's face in. It's okay though.
I
His
mean, with how
brother-in-law
long the
punched
animation
edge
is,
out
they
of
might
him.
have to
Yasha
go through
saw
all
the
of them.
error of the deity's senseless
True.
sacrifices and
So
teamed up
6
with Asura for a
transformations.
coup against Deus.
God damn.
Awesome. They're bros again. Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His mantra form. Finally, a power capable of killing.
This guy's kinda like
in a
Goku,
big
but
planet-busting
instead of like
blast.
changing hair
Deus
colors,
was
it's just
defeated,
he gets
and
more
Gaia was
arms.
saved. Yet Asura's
For real though, he got 1,000 arms every time.
Turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
And everyone
Okay,
said
alright, this is the big
Asura
boy.
had a plan to
This is the
make
big boy
Asura
stuff.
his
Let's
heir.
see what they got.
They're accepting Universal at
Because of course he
least.
did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it. That thing can.
I mean, if I saw that in space, that'd be low-key horrifying. Like, oh my gosh, I'm about to get annihilated. For real, like I'm about to get annihilated.
Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet. Unbound by his past limits,
Wow.
Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2
Larger than
quadrillion
nebulas.
times faster than light.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, they did it!
Wow.
Actually,
was
wait.
understandably
Two
impressed
wait.
and offered Asura a chance to take his place.
I
Asura
think they
smiled
might have-
at the offer.
Oh wait,
and
2 quadrillion.
extended
Is that
his
Wait,
what
they-
had for
They said that, I think, but they said that giant like moon was the size of a nebula. I think Kermis said in his prediction video they're gonna use that moon for kinetic energy so you can get some like type of multiversal
Yeah,
plus.
that goes to Universal if it's the kinetic energy or like gravitational binding energy or something.
Those who depended
Maybe
on it
we're-
could not
oof.
survive,
It's looking
including
interesting.
Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random.
Is that a Street Fighter reference?
Or Ryu. Right in the
Oh yeah,
balls.
wait.
It's interesting. Despite the
Huh.
dangers
Are
of
they-
uncontrolled anger, Asura's
I
wrath
guess
gave him the
not.
power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a
Why does the
guy
story?
I can
His story
get
feels
behind.
so Gurren Lagann. Damn. What?
This battle is sponsored
Another
by Prize
sponsor
Picks,
of
the best
different
place
ones,
to
Prize
get real
Picks.
money sports action.
Okay.
With over 10
The Blue
million
said
viewers
all
and
of those
millions
forms
of
just to be
bucks
Galaxy
for
level.
winning
Man,
sports
we're gonna see the Blue. We're gonna see the Blue.
sports
Let's listen to the Blue.
everyone.
Listen, Asura, he's gonna look at what was it? Your favorite character? Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. He's gonna look at you and be like, "That's a lot of nice hacks. I'm gonna punch you now." It's like,
And when you wanna find
that's
one
what Asura
standard up,
does.
harder or easier to win.
For real, that's all he does. Like, that's some nice hacks. All right, I'm gonna punch you
The
now.
game is almost here, so don't miss out on the last football
Oh
game of the
my
season
gosh.
with Prize Picks. Prize Picks
This
even
is-
giving away a
this is-
free
okay.
pick for the game.
So apparently the animation is
One of
going to be
starting
6
quarterbacks only
minutes
needs to
long.
throw 1 yard.
6 minutes.
I thought it was
But if
9.
they don't,
I think.
Sorry?
What was
It was
it?
like
But if
9
they
minutes of
only threw it half a
animation,
yard,
but
Then they
that's
wouldn't
probably
be in
gonna
the
be like
big game.
6 minutes of
oh
fighting
yeah,
or something.
good point.
No, like he said, like 6 minutes of animation, but like the other 3 are supposed to be like things that were cut, basically, right? He's gonna post, I think, on Twitter, I think.
The app and use code DEATH. You'll get $50 after your first $5 lineup.
Prize Picks. Run your game.
All right, here goes. Here goes. Everyone, prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. I heard this is gonna cook. Okay, I need to see this in real time. I don't want to miss this. Let's see.
All right.
All right, let's see this. Kratos. Kratos, the god of war. Boy, you must leave now. Oh my goodness. Alright, alright. Oh, I should hear. What is this?
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But
Wrathful deity Asura.
you do not want this fight.
I might have all the titles for the different forms actually.
This is gonna be so hot. Oh, she runs. Oh, okay. Oof. Feeling the punches. Spartan Rage. Burst! Woo! 6 arm
Oh
Vajra.
yeah, they are gonna have. They're gonna have a title for all the.
Looking pretty cinematic.
Yeah.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Very well.
Okay, okay. Okay, good counters. Good counters. It's like a UFC fight. Oh. So he's getting another phone. Dang! Asura's high-key getting pieced up? What is this? This is so fucking anime. Yo. More Spartan Rage.
This is not my end!
Oh. Wow. This is godlike. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna catch that entire fist? What is he doing? Oh my goodness.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan!
Oh my, Kratos is a spammer.
A worthy end!
This is just beautiful. Oh my goodness.
You are a monster no longer.
Okay.
I never was.
No way. He closes his eyes. No way, is that short? Oh, come on, I got hyped up for 6 minutes. Wait. But still, that was really cool, though. He never
Cuts to
was.
Oscar just like climbing up the pillar.
Just like appears behind like Kratos and punches him in the face. Dang. Yeah, this is it. I can feel it. I knew it. But okay, but still.
Yes, Asura's red.
Yeah.
Regardless of the time, like or how long it lasted, that was very good. That was very good. Very good.
Asura had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising
Only
light.
4
At first glance,
categories.
speed seems like a shoe-in
Probably
for
gonna have, like,
Asura.
a fifth
Kratos
one
is
galore
quick, but he
or
never
something.
dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what
Okay.
does speed
Alright.
matter if you
That
don't
was-
know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries,
Honestly, if they're
obviously a lot
unexpected, I
longer than
wasn't expecting
Kratos.
them
And
to
while
use
Kratos
the
eventually
higher
learned to
level
control
speed
his
for
rage, Asura
laser.
pretty much always
same here.
had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience.
Oh,
but when it
Grimace
comes
is right.
to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Yeah, Kratos
Sure,
makes this.
Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts,
Yeah.
but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility. And multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura
Alright,
just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of
Oh?
Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Universal.
Showing that big
Universal.
would need him
W, you're wrong. Universal.
rating our
Let's
universe
go.
91.
Multiversal plus. Multiversal Astra. The blues mad.
The same idea applies to
The blues mad in chat.
of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these
It can?
two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we
Yes.
assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should
All
easily
right.
scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
Damn.
100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey,
Damn.
if you give us Asura's Wrath too, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura's The Sun Rises. The
That's
God
a
of
long
Wrath
conclusion.
was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Y'all got mogged by Lord Kratos. Alternate ending?
Oh,
Wait, what? Oh, hold on.
Huh?
He's back? Whoa. Oh. Astra's trying to pull something. He's trying to pull something? What is he doing?
Wait, it's gonna be the fifth. It's gonna be like the fifth category is gonna be.
Dang! He hit this. He hit Kratos in the Kingdom Hearts. Look at this. Dang.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time
Wow.
on Death Battle.
Wow. Okay. Well, Oh, it's okay
Subscribe
matchup.
and join us
Ghost
in our
Rider
to see
Spawn.
more Death Battle.
Dang.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Chris was Asura's like, I may have lost, but that doesn't mean I don't get to disrespect you this one time. I'm gonna punch you so hard, you're gonna fly into the afterlife. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. So. All right. Well, Red. What is your thoughts? What was your thoughts on the Death Battle? Here, I guess I could just like replay it real quick, little volume so they can hear us. Yeah. What's your thoughts, huh? Why would you rate this out of like 10?
Out of 10,
Yeah. How'd you rate this out of 10?
probably like 9 something. There's only like a couple Death Battles that ever kind of give like a 10 out of 10, but like especially with like the editing that they had throughout the analysis. I guess like as an overall kind of video rating,
Yeah.
I guess like a 9.5, 9.6.
9.59.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, I might have to like rewatch it a couple times just to try and like see like where I would really kind of rank it, but easily kind of like a 9 out of 10 at least.
Yeah. Like, I think, yeah, actually, yeah, I'd say that I give this a 9 out of 10 too. It was very good. I mean, and also I can't wait to see at least the cut content that Devil Armies might like release. But this was generally enjoyable to watch. Very beautiful, got a good story going on, and I think the most stunning scene to me was like this one right here. Look, this one right here. Just this looks absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. What is this? It's so good. Wow. That's absolutely beautiful. And I think, does Kratos give a smirk, actually? I think I might have missed that, actually. I think he gives a smirk to this giant fist coming at him, bro. Like, I think he...
Yeah.
Does he give a smirk? Oh, yeah, he does. This is gonna be my new profile picture on Discord, bro. This is my new gift, bro. Just that's actually crazy. Yo, Chad, that is actually crazy. Wow, and he goes to catch this and basically just pull an Asura to grab this thing and punch it or something. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Here,
I was actually a bit confused with like the 4 categories at the end. Did they have, was power the 5th one at the end, or?
Let me look, actually. Let's get to that real quick. Also play some background
like,
music for the peeps. I think yeah, power was I think it was the last one. Wait, yeah, so
okay.
yeah, like that.
That's what I was confused by. I was like, I saw, oh wait, what? Only 4.
Yeah, like that was actually kind of strange. There weren't 5. Like there was never a 5th one. We thought the 5th one was just gonna be like maybe lore or something like.
Yeah, I say like lore or survivability would have been like a good kind of 5th one.
Yeah.
Because like I was expecting like survivability, because especially when they had the whole thing at the end with like him coming back, I would imagine they then, granted I was kind of half expecting them to have like a little segment saying like, oh, survivability, he theoretically could have come back.
Yeah, and I think this is like honestly the longest conclusion Death Battle's ever given for a fight. Like, look at how long this is. I was like, yo, look how long this conclusion is. That's definitely the longest conclusion, excluding the alternate ending, right? But like we start from 22 minutes to 27. Okay, like they never did a long conclusion that long before. But
Actually, how long is the fight itself?
Sure, let's see real quick. Yeah, I think so. Okay, we start from right here. We start from right here, and then okay, the fight's about. Oh no. Maybe we're we're just tweaking. We're just tweaking. So the fight ranged about 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, about 6. Yeah, it was 6 minutes. We're just tweaking. It just felt really quick. Yeah. So it was 6 minutes. We're just tweaking. Oh wow. Oh dang! A lot of people came in chat though. Yo, what was it? Red, you should go on YouTube, peep the stream real quick, dude. Look, hold on. I gotta read some of this stuff actually real quick. Let's see here. Starting at. Okay, Smokey joined the chat. What's up, Smokey? He's like, I knew this happened classic about sign. What do you mean? Is this good animation though? It was a double set. Still sounds 3D to me. Nah, the blue, you're hating. You're hating, bro. You're hating on multi Asura. I'm I'm actually low-key happy that at least Asura's got at least he's got a lot better than Galaxy. And this is a lot better than Galaxy. Like what was I think 91,000 times like Universal or something. That's a lot better than Galaxy. That's basic off calcs. Someone said that is an outright lie. I don't know which section they're talking about though. So Gamma, you have to be specific. Which were they lying about? Do you think they were lying about? Why? It says Asura. Dark says Asura Sir won. Oh, some people are like some Asura fans in the chat. Like, yo, Asura should have won. Not gonna lie. No, he did win. Did you see the alternate ending, bro? Honestly, I would count if I was an Asura fan. I count that as like, you know what? He may have lost, but that's a W to me. He literally punched Kratos so hard. Look at this. This is so disrespectful. Y'all can like, I don't know, make a clip of this on Twitter, but you can be the only people to say that Asura punched Kratos so hard, this motherfucker flew into Kingdom Hearts. Look at this. Here, we're gonna go right to the tweet. Right. Look at this. So I think I might make an edit of this. Like, I'm gonna play simple and clean. Look. Here, look, you see him flying? Simple and clean. He flies to the door. When you walk away, like, come on, look how Kratos got done. That was pretty disrespectful. That was disrespectful. Okay. I'm gonna speed through this real quick. Kratos is speaking, but okay, Death Battle. Asura is equal to Kratos. Word alternate end. Yep. Punched him into it. MC said, "Yo, Kratos got punched into an anime flashback." Okay. Listen, go. I think this alternate ending is way more of a W to Asura than y'all might think, because that's hilarious. Asura, like, if he loses Kratos, he just dies in peace, but if Kratos loses, he kind of gets disrespected. I wouldn't want to go out that way. Punch me so hard, like, Kingdom Hearts, you punch me in the afterlife? That's crazy. Yeah. The Blue said, he hit bro into a JJK death. Oh my gosh. This is Easy Ghost Rider W. Cool, they thought they actually didn't know what's name. Spawn vs Ghost Rider. Yep, we're getting Spawn vs Ghost Rider. It says, how about here from Throwing Sensei? Moki says 7 out of 10 for this step out. The reason the fight was very sloppy in his opinion. Says Kema says 9 out of 10. The last part about the realms. It's nothing more than a lie. Okay, man. He keeps saying everything's lies. It's all lies. This is, man, that animation was amazing. Loved it, even though I would add some more, but it's costly now. It was 6 minutes. It was 6 minutes that me and her just watched. So I'm pretty sure Dev Arma said he's gonna, because I think there's supposed to be 9 minutes, but the 3 minutes, the extra 3 minutes is like cut content or something. I think he might release it on Twitter, or social media.
Actually, wait, how long is the
Yeah.
How long is the alternate ending at the end? It might actually be the extra.
Okay, sure, we can start here. Let's see. Like, how long is this
Yeah.
alternate ending? Alright, okay, let's see.
Actually, wait, no. You look 27 minutes to 28. It'd only be about a minute.
Yeah. So I guess technically,
Yeah, alright.
technically the animation of this fight was 7 minutes instead of 6, but hey, is what it is. Let's see here. It says, Mito, when you... There's a lot of comments. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to keep up with all of y'all, okay? This is really something. This is... We're all coming here to just enjoy the masterpiece this is. Like, I mean, regardless of who you think wins, this fight was pretty genuine. It's genuinely beautiful. Like, you cannot, like... Once again, I have to go to the scene once again. You cannot tell me that this scene right here, is not God tier. This is like a PC wallpaper, bro. Like a desktop wallpaper. That's how cool that looks. Let's see. But yeah, Suppleader of Souls. Substamina. This Discord Bill versus Discord Void is so much cooler. You probably just prefer the sprite drawn compared to 3D, like type of style. If I was 8, 9, and 10, animation was hard to follow, not gonna lie, dynamic camera was hard to watch. Says, of course, honestly believe that both were downplayed scaling wise. Both were downplayed scaling wise. I can't speak on Asura.
I might have to agree.
I don't for Kratos though. I don't know though. I think maybe his speed could be downplayed, or like you could view speed downplayed because like I heard like they're gonna make an immeasurable speed argument for him, but I mean, he got Multiversal Plus or Infinite 4D pretty solidly with that tree, I think. Well, no, actually, well, then again, I think
both can go a bit higher. I'm pretty sure. I have heard there are some arguments, especially for Asura. I mean, like infinite speed, especially with like the whole thing of him leaving the afterlife, and also the whole thing of I can't remember what the character's name is, but it's the weird like creature inside the planet, which is apparently has like infinite energy or something, or immeasurable energy. And I've seen a few arguments for that, kind of getting into like, of course, infinite energy. You can kind of get that into different. I don't know. I feel if they were to kind of use that, they would. Actually, they might have said something in the black boxes actually, because I remember we were mentioning this in the last when we met up last time, where we were kind of like talking about where I'd imagine this to be almost like Goku versus Superman, where they give proper calcs for their kind of things, but then they might also have something in the black box saying like, oh yeah, both of them could also reach infinite levels, but Kratos is still stronger or something.
Yeah, I think I just realized what was forgotten here. I think at least I didn't see it get brought up in a prominent way was, I think I understand now. Like with the whole tree thing in Norse, you can get Kratos multiversal, like really high to multiversal plus pretty easily. But the thing that I guess I haven't seen, maybe my brain just like forgot about it immediately, was they didn't really bring up hope. That's what gets Kratos like the 5D, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that was really brought up. Let me look here. Let's see. It's trying to consider the tree. Because I'm looking at these black boxes, seeing if I don't think. Yeah, there wasn't really much though provided.
Yeah.
It was only like really like 3 things, really. Maybe, huh?
Yeah, I was expecting them to not kind of use like the infinite stuff, especially with like how, again, Goku versus Superman is kind of like the example that they've been kind of using moving forward. Is I do like that they do that now, that they're not just kind of saying like, oh yeah, infinite whatever, or multiversal or universal, and just kind of leaving it at that, because a lot of calcs can kind of actually give numbers. And I do like that they kind of did that with Kratos and Asura. I wasn't expecting them to give a proper calc for the world tree. That's really unexpected. I honestly have no idea how they kind of got that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it seems good. Seems like a pretty good calc. I might want to just like double check just to kind of see, but
He's like, hey, that's pretty good calc.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
Thing is, I love universal plus calcs. I love when people actually kind of go through and do the things. I love number calcs. It is I hate when like the argument always ends up with just like, oh yeah, this guy is 4D and this guy's 5D, so this guy wins. It's like, well, okay, I mean, yeah, but come on, like part of the fun I always kind of feel with like power scaling is always kind of like doing the math and getting all the numbers. It's like I always love seeing the number at the end after doing like a big long thingy, or just like a big long count, big long calc, and just like seeing like, oh, so this is how it ends up as. Sometimes it's just always expected like, oh, this guy destroyed a building and it's building level, and go figure. But then sometimes it always ends up as like, oh, this is actually island level, or this is universal plus or whatever. And it's like, that's part of the fun, I always kind of feel. And it's like, I like that Death Battle is now kind of doing that, especially with like their universal scaling.
Yeah, because like, let's say if they didn't, right? Like if they just said, let's say Kratos and Asura like are both multiversal, like it's like, but Kratos is like strong multiversal. Like, okay, wait, can we like get like an exact number here, like how we got this? Because like clearly multiversal, if you're saying it's multiversal, then clearly there's a finite number being presented for the two. I'd like to know it, right? So yeah. that makes sense. That makes sense.
I think it is a bit weird that they didn't mention the whole thing of like Asura grows like exponentially stronger after destroying the gold statue. Like between that and like the final kind of fight with the creator, he is like exponentially stronger between those 2 points, like way more than 1,000.
Yeah.
So that was the thing I was a bit kind of surprised about. Like I was expecting the ending to like, well, as one of the 5 categories to be like survivability or like adaptability or something like that, because again, that's a pretty big part of Asura's powers. I mean, yeah, he just kind of punches people, but he grows way stronger, and they really like hammered home like that's like his main thing in his analysis, only to just like not really bring it up in the post fight, which I found was just like a bit weird.
Yeah, it is a bit weird because like some people could make an argument like, well, like since it's like they're both in the finite ranges, maybe Asura could catch up, but like then it's obvious like okay, it's millions of times gap. There's no way like to put down like he would never be able to catch up. Reasonably speaking, he would never be able to catch up.
That's the thing. He does. I would say he does reach that millions of times stronger by that endpoint, because again, he goes from like his strongest form to like his base form being strong enough to actually beat the creator or something. I might be getting mixed up with like how it all works, but he like gets annihilated by the creator just with like no effort, only to then just kind of become like more powerful than yeah, even then like his speed would have gone faster by that point. Again, he gets way more stronger during like the last kind of bit of the game, so I was kind of expecting him to at least like be mentioned at the end.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this though, like
and that's why I was kind of expecting when I saw the 4 categories, I immediately thought, okay, they're going to talk about the adaptability and they're going to talk about all that. But then like the 5th category is going to be like, oh, the lore, and then they're going to say like infinite Kratos or something, and then yeah, he can't reach that infinite gap in power. But they didn't do that, and because they gave finite numbers, I mean, Asura can easily get strong. I mean, he has gone stronger than this kind of like gap in strength, and I don't know how to kind of, I mean,
it's a bit of like a hard thing to like, I guess, kind of measure in a sense, because like I remember like I saw that like that new G1 blog, they're like, well, it's essentially like, imagine, I think someone's brought up like, it's basically imagine like one kid, like Asura's universal, right, and he gets like flicked away like very casually by the creating universe, and then he becomes like way stronger or something. Then like I don't know, let's just say Kratos is 9 times, I don't know, universal, just at the lowest of lows for the whole Yggdrasil tree thing, very casually. It's like, what do you think is more impressive, right? Like Asura like over instantly overcoming someone who's like, let's say, I don't know, probably, I don't know, 2-3 times like universal. Yeah, he gets to like weird stuff, you know. Like I do get like where it's like some of the arguments are definitely coming up from with Asura, because like the arguments you're using, it reminds me of like, let's say Simo from Gurren Lagann though, like how, let's say Simo, he went from universal to like what, like I don't know, 11th to 26th dimensional or something in like an instant. Like there's gonna be some, yeah. I do get where it's coming from.
I don't fully buy the idea of like, I mean, you can theoretically say like, oh yeah, well, Asura was able to get strong enough to face off a being with infinite energy, and technically that means he's able to surpass infinite bound. That's like, nah, not really. I don't really accept that kind of thing, but that's what I mean. I feel if they explained something like that, it would make a bit more sense. Kind of like what they did for Chosen Undead Dragonborn is kind of like the match I'm kind of thinking of. Because with that, they did say it's like, because of the gap in strength of universal to infinite, it's just like, he will just never be able to beat Dragonborn.
Yeah.
So, but with this, it's like, Asura is, like, one of his main things is, like, increasing in power exponentially. And a 10 times difference in strength is, like, nowhere near enough for Asura to be, like, okay, yeah, he'd be struggling at the beginning of the fight, he'd be struggling at the middle. I was always, the thing was with the match was like, if they ever were to be put at like finite strengths, Asura would eventually be able to kind of get to that point, assuming he just doesn't die like halfway through or something. But with it being so close with like their final forms, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like it feels a bit strange that the character who's kind of known for growing exponentially with his rage. Actually, wait, hang on. I'm thinking back now. They did talk about the Blade of Olympus stuff, being able to like absorb his.
Yeah, that was like the thing that got him
I
the W. Yeah, that was the thing that got him the W.
But didn't Kratos also break out of it? I remember, like, he get stabbed by the blade, and then like
Yeah.
he overpowered.
That beats me. I don't know. I don't know that one specifically. That beats
Because I
me.
know it was like it's an argument for Kratos winning because he's like able to absorb his mantra, but Kratos was able to overpower it for him. Granted, I guess if they're gonna have it as like he's 10 times stronger, the blade would be more powerful. But then
I don't know. At least like from what I see, like basically, like Asura's like what, like I think let's say we're like over 90,000 times universal or something, right? But then like there's like the whole Kratos is like let's say millions of times universal. Now I get like Asura's whole thing is that like he kind of like uses anger to like try to like shrink or like overcome that type of gap in power, right? And maybe I guess maybe like we get some multipliers here, but I'm not sure. Like I don't think we've ever seen like Asura like let's say overcome like at least in a short amount of time, like a gap that like wide before. That's like that's pretty vast. That's like
so, yeah.
90,000 to a million. Like whoa, like. But I think it basically, I think what should have been covered is that Asura could like he could 100% like
Yeah,
maybe
that-
reach like
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Kratos definitely wins. I like considering how they, even with this kind of scaling, again, yeah, Kratos 100% wins. It's just I'm really surprised that like the entire analysis they kept on talking about like, oh yeah, the rage makes him angrier and angrier. It's like, then why don't you mention that as like a kind of part of the conclusion at the end? Which is kind of like my kind of like idea of is like, why not mention that if that's like a major part of his like powers?
Yeah, it is a bit like it's a bit weird how they like they mentioned some of that stuff, but it can't really be helped now. It's more so like a retrospect type of thing, but regardless, I think they still did like a pretty good job. Also, listen, I am simping for this editing right now. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. I want to one day get to this level. That is so god tier. Oh my goodness, it's so cool.
No, yeah, the editing in this episode is absolutely incredible.
It's just generally great. Here, what was it? There's some more comments in the chat to read real quick though. I didn't get a chance to get to. Someone said like 9 out of 10, another 9 out of 10 animation. It says Leader also surprised they didn't cover immortality that much, to be honest. But they did answer how Asura dies. Okay, so yeah, that's true. Let's see here. Let's see. Is it stated that Asura's Wrath chakra of Arda is made of literal gold? Yeah, it's only an assumption, really, but like I don't think that's really that like crazy of an assumption, like or educated guess. It says the reason for the fight was too vague. The reason for the fight was too vague, so that was the weakest part. To be honest, let's see. This as well. I think the battle is better than Joker versus Jorna, but I like Fall Guys more versus Among Guys. So this is third place of the season for him. Okay. All right. Basically gave Kratos everything. Is Asura's Wrath a good game? Might play it. Yeah, definitely recommend. Mario, you should play it. Play it now. Stompy Salty wins. There's a lot of comments. I gotta. Oh my goodness. So it says, "What's your opinion on the feats man versus lore man controversy around this battle. Hey Red, what about you first? You first on that. What's your opinion?
I always kind of met, well, Death Battle would have never done like no lore statements for Kratos. Like there was no way they wouldn't have like at least used some kind of stuff for him. From what I've heard, I've heard like multiple arguments for like why Universal Kratos is nonsense, why it's the best thing ever, why it's like super consistent. The thing is, I don't know much about both of them, but I've done a lot of research and seeing like what people have said for both characters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was expecting them to definitely kind of go more the route of like, again, Chosen Undead Dragonborn, with the whole thing of like the infinite planets, and that's what it was, right? It was like they had Alduin destroys like 2 infinitely sized worlds or something.
Something like that. Like, I don't know, like a guy shot like an arrow into this like big thing or whatever in the sky. Like, oh, actually no, that's like not the sun, dude. That's actually another dimension. It's like, come on, like I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah,
it's a lot of lore stuff.
And so lore stuff would have absolutely been used for Kratos. It's just there are weird kind of bits of lore for Asura where like sometimes some people just say it as like, oh yeah, he's absolutely infinitely strong. Other people say no, he's like multi-galaxy at best. And it's actually weird. I say the whole kind of like debate for Asura was actually the weirder part for his lore, because the kind of thing for Kratos is just like, oh, will it be used or won't it be used? And it's like, well, of course it's going to be used. I mean, if they don't, I mean, country level Kratos or multi-continental Kratos is just kind of a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's Asura, which is kind of the one that did actually need the lore, because it's like, for him, it's like, is lore even a thing of his game? But like, it kind of is. Again, like I think the G1 blog didn't accept like universal Asura because of the creator statements.
Mm-hmm.
But then for the Death Battle, they just like outright say, oh yeah, the creator of the universe, even though I feel like stuff like that is like a lot more contested with Asura actually, because again, it's like, is he even universal is a big kind of like debate for his character. And I feel it was like a bit strange that everyone was like talking about Kratos is probably not gonna get this, and it's like, dude, is Asura gonna get anything?
Yeah.
Like, is he actually even gonna be like one-time universal? And it's like, the second he set where they had that in the analysis where they actually say, oh yeah, this guy created the universe, like that immediately made me think, oh great, they're actually gonna have them at least somewhat comparable, ignoring the beyond space and time free. But that's kind of the thing I was really hoping they would have, and they did actually kind of follow through with that.
Yeah, at least they followed through, and even then, like without like the need of like lore for at least Asura, it's like at least you know the calc one seems too solid. Like, oh, quite literally, it's gold. the calc is gold.
Yeah.
this one's like, okay, at least he's 91 times, I don't know, universal, multiversal, but at least he gets that without like the whole like, oh, maybe you create the universe statement. It's like, okay, no, this doesn't require a statement. Like, this just requires visuals. This thing most likely probably made of gold. Just the whole statue thing. So fragment, the whole thing. That's this the energy for it. I'm like, okay, that seems pretty solid. Like it looks pretty hard, at least for me to deny. But like, at least my opinion on feats man versus lore man, because I've seen two people. No, it's one person. He's like asking like my opinion on like feats man versus lore man, controversy around the battle. I think it is dumb. Yes, I think it's dumb. I don't with Lord Kratos. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like fates, man. It's like, listen, I'm not gonna lie, with how everyone's kind of like coming at like Kratos Norse, like he's feats fan, and Kratos is only lore man. Look, he's only that strong in lore. It's like this and that. I'm like, what? Okay, well, yo, this is the whole I guess discussion of lore man Kratos and feats man Asura individually or together. It just reminds me of the Batman Arkham subreddit. It's just like the Jonkler memes. Like, what are y'all doing? It's like you're all in the asylum, and like, someone like comes to me and is like, "Yo, do you believe in lore?" Kratos and like starts like beatboxing, like joke, like, like what? What are you doing? Chill. You really think Kratos is like tree level? Dude, come on, come on. Well, when then another person like, well, I have a Twitter statement from Corey Balrog that the hyperversal. He doesn't even know what that term means. The other guy disagreed with it. What are you talking about? What? I don't know. It's just so goofy. You can miss me with that.
Was there actually a lot of controversy with the match? The thing is, I don't really like look at a lot of like the Death Battle Reddit and stuff. Like I am in the Discord for Death Battle, but the thing is, like, I just don't really mess with like a lot of the community stuff. Like, I only heard about the whole Bill Cipher Discord controversy like when we were speaking a while ago. I did not know there was some like really big like controversy with it, because like the people I was speaking to, they were just like, oh yeah, Discord has this, Bill Cipher has that. I never really heard any of the kind of like big issues or anything.
It's kind of been all over like the internet. Like Kratos gets like basically Kratos would like either simultaneously he would get shit on for his lore statements, or he'd also just get like super jerked off from them, especially Twitter statements. And Asura there is like, I don't even think this guy's like even galaxy, bro. Like, this guy's slow as hell. Oh my god. Like, dang, like he's only feats. Like, this guy's weak. He is weak.
Isn't he zero-dimensional with Twitter feeds or something?
Yeah, like someone has like he's zero-dimensional. Kratos is zero-dimensional. Like, it gets ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know. That's why I made the comparison that like just both of them, even just individually by themselves, without combining like the whole Featsman Loresman thing, right? It's like, it's just like this whole thing feels like a Batman's like art, like I don't know, Arkham subreddit thing. It's like y'all are tweaking. Like that's not really the best way I can put it. I don't. That's why I don't take at least the Discord's like super seriously. I've seen it everywhere. Like apparently this is, I guess, Asura and Kratos fans at each other's necks, making fun of each other, saying their characters are weak, saying I got a Twitter statement from Corey that gets Kratos the outer versal, or it's crazy. I'm like, yo, y'all are dedicated. I was like, and it's Kratos fans are like Asura fans. I didn't even know Asura's Wrath had fans. That game's like what, 12 years old? Yeah, you only sold like what? You didn't even sell. So like what, 180k copies? That's a lot of fans for a dead game. I was like, damn, what's going on here? Yo, chill. Yeah, I've seen the war like on all platforms, Discord, Twitter, you name it. I was like, dang, you some passionate people out here. Wait, yo, Red, have you ever heard of that Imgur? I'm not sure if I can find it, but there's an Imgur link where they literally show about over, like, I think it was over 200 Kratos anti-feats.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's like a bunch of rocks and, like, a bear fighting. I remember I was just, like, scrolling through all of them. It's just like, bro.
One of them was... Like, yeah? What's up?
It's the thing is, like, power scaling has always been this way. It's like, it's funny that, like, people get so hung up on like specific characters being like, oh, they have so many anti-feats or something. It's like, dude, every character has anti-feats. There's probably like a couple shows that actually do have some kind of like super consistent scaling across all media or something, but like in most cases they are like consistently losing out to stuff. Like that is just the case. And so it's always, in power scaling, you always kind of take characters at their best. Again, Death Battle always takes people at their best. They're not going to be using Kratos failing to open a chest. It's like...
wait. But I think the funniest one to me is like, yo, Kratos, he couldn't even chop down a tree. Like, he's like, he was...
Like, did he actually lift the entire tree off the ground?
This feels like a Vsauce, but he actually lifted the entire tree off the ground. The boom, like just Vsauce music. I was like, okay, like this is crazy. But listen, an Imgerlink with over 200 anti-feats for Kratos of the most random bullshit, like out of context things that's unhinged. That's hilarious. It's like, yo.
The only match I do know, the thing is, the only match I have actually seen like the main kind of like discussion of was for Omni-Man Bardock, and all I could see were just people like talking about all these anti-feats for Omni-Man, and it's just like, bro, there are like have you actually read, or actually no, the thing is, it's just like Dragon Ball has tons of anti-feats. And it's just like this whole thing of like, oh yeah, because there's this one thing, and it's like, yeah, Omni-Man of course has anti-feats. It's like, of course that's gonna be the case.
Yep.
Every character has anti-feats. It's like, and this whole thing of like, oh yeah, there's totally a reason why this character loses because of this. It's like, no, they're not gonna do that. It's like a big part of the show is that they're gonna take the character at their strongest. They're not gonna be talking about like wall level Kratos,
Yeah.
just because some bear started to attack him. It's just like, I don't know, it's just weird.
It is strange. I think I did see. Oh man, I forgot to like that on Twitter. Maybe I try to find that, but I did see on Twitter someone had like, it was a I forgot, in one of the God of Wars, the early ones, I think it was God of War 1 or 2 or something, but basically Kratos had this guy's head to a book and he said, read it, and someone had put Ashura's head over that guy's like head, right? And he was like, Ashura, read it. The detonation of Asgard shook the world to its very roots, and then he says, the tree's very existence supports all of creation. It transcends space and time. But Kratos, I can't read any further. He just keeps bashing his head in. He's like, no, read my scaling. I scale supremely high. I'm God. This is, people are insane about this. It's funny. Oh, Grimbus is here in the chat. Yo, what's up, Grimbus? Ah. This is a fun experience. Also, it's up to everybody that joined the stream. Nice to see y'all here. Yeah, just chilling. We're all just talking about this. This is like, this is fun to witness and just talk about. I think reading more comments, I have no clue what Death Battle was thinking. They got the outcome right, but what the hell was the reasoning? I thought Death Battle was over, can destroy the universe 9 billionth trillionth time. I mean, me and Red already did cover like at least that. Like we agree with them using like at least a calculus number for it. It's like if you just okay, let's look at this reasonably speaking. Like, would it make sense for them just to say Kratos is multiversal and Ashura? Oh no, Ashura is multiversal. Kratos is multiversal, but he's like more multiversal than them. It's like, well, it's not really giving us like a specific like number or gauge. Like what do you mean? Because we're talking finite values when we're saying like, let's say he's, I don't know, multiversal, right? Rather than multiversal plus or infinite 4D. So we'd like to know the numbers at least if you're saying it's a sizable gap. What else? Let's see here. Someone said God of Cope. God of Cope. It says, yeah, I could argue multi-Ashura mostly via arguing base Ashura's multi at its peak and then stack the forms. It's multiversal at best. You just made a Dragon Ball argument with Ashura. Congratulations, bro. Like, damn. I told you, wait, Red, I told you, whenever Ashura is literally just video game Goku, except instead of glowing, like, different type of hair color or whatever, or, it's just he gets more arms. Like, this is video game Goku.
Actually, that whole scene with, like, the multi-arms, I immediately thought of that, you know that edit of, what is it, Super Saiyan 100 or Super Saiyan 5 or something? That weird one where they just have, like, that massive, like, block of hair just behind Goku or something.
It's ridiculous.
It's the immediate, the first image I think of when I saw the multi.
Yeah, but for real though, look at my screen. Look, he has multiple arms. Another transformation. He just keeps getting more arms. He's literally video game Goku, except no, it's not hair. It's just his arms. This is crazy. Wow. I've reached my 1000th form. I could really tell. Look at that. Look at the number of them arms. Okay. Like, jeez. Says the fact that I got to see Asura in the mainstream again, and if by asking Capcom to do anything with that, be happy. Oh yeah, that's pretty big though. I feel like Asura's Wrath has always been like in the mainstream, like low key though. That's very surprising. I feel like Asura's Wrath was. I always, no matter what, like I always hear it get talked about like at least like probably once or twice a month, like it's somewhere like in Twitter, like. Or YouTube, lots of YouTube videos be like, oh, that'd be popping off with a high amount of views. Like, yo, bro, look how strong is Asura? Or, yo, Asura's Wrath was the best game, like, ever, bro. Like, I named my kid Asura, and his last name is Wrath. Like, that's how good the game was to me, okay? People really like that game. I remember, I didn't necessarily play the game on 360, but I did watch my, my big brother play it. I played the whole thing. It looked pretty cool. I was like, dang. And I watched my dad play like God of War, like all the God of Wars. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know, one thing I do remember from the old God of Wars is that damn, them puzzles were fucking hard. Like, who made those puzzles? Like Professor Layton? This is crazy. They never played with that. It's just let's see here. Smokey Boy said, make a GR edit of Kratos dying. Ban him from the chat! Get him out of here! He mentioned GR! Get him out of here! Get him out of here! Don't mention his name! That shall not be named! Oh, God. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Crimbus is he's kind of disappointed Deathfall. He's like, he's a little bit disappointed. That's unfortunate, but you know, it says, let's see here. Kratos got punched into Kingdom Hearts is crazy. Listen, after the stream ends, I'm going to rush into like Adobe Premiere Pro and I'm going to make that edit. I'm going to post it, okay? I'm going to post it on Twitter. That shit's funny. He literally got, look at this. Look. Here, look at this. He's about to, look. This is the part where he's like, when you walk away. Like, come on. Look at, that's so disrespectful. Listen, Asura fans, take this W. That's a W. I don't... That's crazy. What are the things that we got here? What are the things we got? It says Asura is outer. How did he lose the Kratos' ulti? He's outer. Asura's outer? I'm guessing this is probably like a Buddhism like religion stuff, right? Maybe? I don't...
No, there is something. I can't remember where it was. I remember I was searching some stuff up and some place did put Asura at outer.
I mean,
check.
like the
it
only
was something really weird. I don't know how they did, but
like the only way to get Asura to outer, from like what I know, and I definitely disagree with this method, is like using like actual Buddhism religion. It's like, well, from that logic, I can get like Avatar: The Last Airbender to outer. I don't think we all. Yeah, Angus outer, elemental outerness. Okay, he's balling in the court. He solos. But yeah, a bit weird. Let's see here. Is it there was same curves, bro? Let's see. What are the things does the chat have? I'm trying to make it to the current chat real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Like, there's over like 100 people. Very glad y'all here just to chill with me. And Red, as he just kind of just like, I don't know, celebrate. This is really cool. Let's see here. Let's see. Kermit says, my main problem with the death battle is them giving both characters scaling below the feats they literally brought up. Okay, yeah. I guess I could kind of agree with that. Like, that was a bit weird, because the whole, like, I think the main thing for Kratos, at least I can see, because I know a lot more Kratos stuff than Asura, is the tree. Like, they said this tree, like, transcends, like, time and space, right? Like, I think they said, like, there's infinite amount of them or something. And I'm like, dang, that should be a pretty easy infinite 4D thing, right? For Kratos, but they're like, no, let's calc it real quick. I'm like, oh, well, okay.
And that's what I was kind of expecting. It's just like, I remember we were mentioning it before, but again, like, I do see now, since, like, especially with, like, how Goku Superman, again, I keep mentioning it, but, like, it is, like, the best example for it, because ever since that episode, they've been kind of leaning more towards giving calcs for certain things.
Yeah.
And so, like, I I do like that they're now kind of giving numbers to these kinds of stuff, but like then again, you can kind of say like again the universe shockwave. I mean, I've seen that range between like, well, the calc that they gave to like 5D, 6D. I don't really know where that kind of goes to. I've never really seen Dragon Ball, so I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's the thing. It's like destroying the universe is something in so many different like franchises can range between like crazy amounts. It can be like outerversal just to destroy this one universe or something, but and so like I do like that they are giving a number, but I also like that for that match again, Goku Superman 3, where the black boxes at least still gave the whole thing of like, yeah, even though we are giving a number here, they are still like, I think for that one it was, they said how, oh yeah, Mr. Mixie Spitalict is 5D, which is beyond infinite dimensions or something, and the World Forger is 6D, who's even more powerful than him, and so like again, yeah, that's easy, like
Easy money.
definitely above a finite number of universes.
Yeah.
But I like that they did that for that match, and I really am surprised that they didn't do that for this match as well, because again, that is a.
I feel like
Yeah, well, you mentioned it yourself. I mean, the whole tree transcending space and time, and that is absolutely like there is no way you're saying that is a finite.
yeah, there's nothing finite about that. I was like, whoa, like okay, yeah, that's kind of crazy. So it's like, well, and another weird thing, even weirder, was like the power of hope. It was only mentioned in the feats thing, like not verbally, it was just said, oh, he released the power of hope. I'm like, yo, the power of hope is like the most powerful thing in God of War. That's like the one 5D thing they do have that you could give Kratos in the fight, like to be like, oh, yo, like it. I guess to like really like if you want to like don't want to use infinite 4D or like the transcending like space time statement, like yo, you could just use the power of hope for that, like if you want to. Like there's nothing that really Asura can do in that moment. It's like, well, dang, he's kind of cooked.
I think didn't Bowser Eggman also do the same with it? Like they gave like proper speed calcs for the two, but then they also gave in like again the black boxes they gave immeasurable speed for both. And so
think
like
so.
again stuff like that, I was expecting them to kind of have that, like to say also, especially because they gave equal speed for both, to have like, oh yeah, by the way, both of them have arguments for infinite speed. And it's like, I was just kind of, again, a bit surprised that they didn't for both. It was...
Yeah, it was a bit weird. And I guess they could have gotten higher with Kratos' speed with... I know there's a couple measurable speed arguments for him. So, I guess I can see where people come from. Like, I definitely think Kratos could have been scaled, like, way higher. Because it seemed like they had the infinite multiverse... Infinite, like, 4D thing right there. But they're like, nah, let's just go Calculant, right? Because even then, it's Curse of the Woods, right? It's like, or they didn't bring up the power of hope, like the fight. That's easy 5D money for God of War, Kratos. Or
have they ever actually given infinite 4D? Have from what I've seen, they've never actually given those sorts of like. Well, only until recently have they ever actually said immeasurable speed in the show, and that was for Goku.
Yeah.
So like, they don't really use a lot of the terms, and that's kind of why I was thinking at the beginning Asura might win, as weird as it is, because again, Death Battle doesn't tend to like using a lot of those kind of like versus terms. Again, like Joker for his match, I mean, he was given like I think only one time universal or something, with like facing off against entities that could destroy the universe or something. But again, like if you actually go into like Shin Megami Tensei scaling, as you mentioned, like I think last time
he's like outer, like because they just gave it to him like straight up. I was like, oh dang, he's just outer. He wins like automatically. There's no way you could argue.
They never actually mention that, and that's the thing. Death Battle tends to not really ever talk about like the direct kind of like tiers for stuff. They would mention like, oh, beyond infinite dimensions or stuff like that, or beyond a dimension or something. They've done that in the past, but they've never outright kind of use the terminology for scaling in that.
Yeah.
Which is why I do feel a lot of people tend to get like really angry at Death Battle for like, oh yeah, they're putting it at finite. It's like there is no way the researcher for both these episodes genuinely thinks that like Kratos is a finite level of strength.
I think it's
I can
maybe it's for like
there's-
the casual audience. I don't know. Like,
yeah, and that's what I mean. There's it's almost definitely for the casual audience. I mean, like if they started talking about hyperversal whatever, it's like they would you'd lose the audience would just be like, what are they even talking about? So, and that's kind of what I feel with like how Death Battle always kind of does their stuff. It's like I like how now they are kind of at least mentioning some of that stuff, even if it is just a little thing in the corner. But I do feel it is kind of a bit of a weird thing to have this episode, of all episodes, to not kind of have that. Because it is one of the few that does kind of require that extra little thing in the corner just to satisfy the audience who care about like the higher levels of scaling. Because like the casual audience are going to look at that and go, oh, 9 million times universal, 9,000 times universal. Yeah, makes sense. Fair enough. But your power scale or kind of like community are going to look at that and go like, what are they talking about? They're
yeah.
obviously much more powerful than that. And so I don't like that they didn't really put that in for the I don't like that they didn't kind of do that for this match in particular, because again, this match does kind of have a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. It's
so-
pretty big rips.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, it's like, it basically brings the question like, which is the biggest appeal? I mean, like if Differ were forced to choose, I think it'd be obvious that they want to like appeal to a casual audience over like a mainly power scaling one. Like, okay, that's fair. Like, that is 100%
Yeah.
fair. So,
And they
Yeah.
definitely do. I mean they have mentioned it in cast episodes of like, I remember it was Mr. Mixie Spitalick versus Bill Cipher. They did directly say like, hey, we do know Mr. Mixie Spitalick like defeats Bill Cipher. We know that because of like the cosmology and stuff. But they did the cast episode off of, well, what if we just kind of ignore that? Just like, what if we actually look at them as characters and what they've actually done? And I feel that's a good way of kind of doing it. Granted, this is very personal kind of like, this is how I like to kind of scale a lot of this sort of stuff. But I've never really liked a lot of dimensional scaling, because again, it always ends up with an argument of like, which franchise said the word dimension at some point or had something that put them to that level, and it kind of takes away from a fight sometimes. Certain debates kind of lose I lose interest in certain fights because of that, and it's like it could be a super fun thing only to be like, oh yeah, actually if you look at this one scan this one time in episode 27, they're actually 11 dimensional. It's like, oh cool, I guess they win then.
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it feels more satisfying when that's, hey, they actually physically destroyed a mountain or something. And that's why I do feel like I understand why people don't like the whole thing of like the lore scaling for Kratos against Asura having actual feats and stuff, but you kind of have to reach a middle ground where you can't really just be like entirely hinging on one or the other. It's like you're gonna have to use both. You're not gonna be, I mean, there's barely any franchise ever that doesn't use lore scaling. I mean, now thinking about it, I can't really think of any franchise that does have a universal feat that isn't. I mean, there probably are. There's a, yeah,
Not many.
yeah.
But I don't know. I think we said our piece on that one. That it's a whole like type of thing. It's always going to exist, but hey, it was always fun to talk about it. I think some more things in chat to keep going, because people are they're typing. But let's see what other things people got. Like I think, okay, I'm gonna keep going down. God, there is so many things. This is kind of crazy. Okay, let me. Some of these getting just automatically deleted too. What is this? Okay. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna try to get through everyone's comments as best as I can. It's hard trying to read everyone's comments when it's like 100 people. This is hard. I really want to read everyone. Let's see. Asura went from Infinite 3D at best, E plus at K40s. So it's more infinite technically. Well, the issues, because multiple times that. Card kind of covered that. I'm gonna keep scrolling real quick. I think I'm gonna be able to go fully in depth, but but I think they do have a website where they put all the depths for analysis there, but could be wrong. Since there's an alternate ending, doesn't that make them equal? Sure, if you could interpret it that way. You can interpret it that way. Let's see. I'm rooting for Ghost Rider, but I think Death Battle wants Kratos to get redemption by giving him a battle who he wins, and his Emmy battle who will lose. Okay. Let's see. Says this. Interesting. Some interesting stuff, etc. Let's see. Okay. If you could have any verse in Death Battle, what should you guys pick? I would pick Fate because I want to see how much they struggle with scaling it. I mean, and maybe this. Honestly, I know this is probably gonna get me shot somewhere, like in a dark alley. But I like SCP. I like SCP Death Battle, please. I want to see Doomsday versus 682 or Thor 06, whatever one is coming first. I just want to see some SCP. Like, I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what your thoughts are. On like what series you'd want to see on Death Battle. Let's see.
Wait for me?
Yeah, like what would you want to see on Death Battle? Like what series? Like new series? I said like SCP.
I'd probably also say SCP, but the thing is, again, my favorite match is absolutely Finn and Jake, Mordecai and Rigby, but then like I can't really decide regular show or Adventure Time. If it's just one franchise, then absolutely SCP. I would love to have an SCP character on the show at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a franchise for a specific match, or just the matches that are kind of like specific to it, I guess regular show. Just because I love some of the regular show matches.
Okay. That seems fair. Get both of them series on. That's what we like. Someone just asked me, what's your what's your thoughts on Sora from Kingdom Hearts versus Space Jam LeBron James? I think it's pretty funny. Like, would I want to see that like ever? I mean, I'm very indifferent. I guess I think it's funny. Also, I guess Sora losing to LeBron James, like, I don't know, he just dunks on Sora. The glass of the rim or whatever, just the basketball rim, it just shatters. And then, like, as Sora is just being disintegrated from, like, I don't know, LeBron literally dunking on him, right? Like, the glass that's in the air, it forms into a crown over LeBron's head. Because he's the motherfucking GOAT! He's the GOAT! That's my fan fiction. No, I'm not from Ohio. Let's okay. Alright. Let's see some other ones. Let's see. Oh, NND Prod is here. I haven't seen it, but nice to see you, man. He's an OG of the channel. In the chat. That is nice to see him. Wow. Let's see. Blue Jay chill. He's like, both the Kratos downplay and the wink is equally disgusting. If not, the wink is more disgusting. Damn. Drake is mad. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna keep scrolling through some of these real quick. I didn't know what some of y'all are talking about. Boundless. Wait, Sundisk Boundless Plus, right? that's a thing in chat I'm looking at. No. Praise to The sun disk meme is living in my chat. I can't believe it. The fucking sun disk. What is with, like, I just realized the most controversial power scaling things always have evolved somewhat around the sun or something. If you've noticed. What is up with the sun? I think the sun is pretty OP power scaling. Wise, like, this is crazy. Let's see here. Alright, scrolling through most of this real quick. Oh my goodness. There is a lot.
Actually, what is your take on the sun disk?
The sun disk, you know, well, my take on the sun, I don't, it's a little weird. All I know is, like, for certain is that is a nightmare to calc, okay? And it's really fucked up, okay? And I think at least I heard that, like, the end that Death Battle gave was, like, extremely high compared to what anyone else is given. And basically most people regard that as, like, okay, at least that most people, including Versatile Wiki, just said, yeah, that count that Death Battle did for, like, the sun disk, that was heavily inflated. Like, how did they even get this or something? It's just a nightmare.
So the thing is, for me, I've seen like a range of stuff for the sun disk. I remember I put it all together just to try and like see where it was a while back, and I found like about 11 calcs plus my own that I did on my own, just to try and see like where it would kind of end up, and they just range between like some like insane downplay to like way over the top. Granted, Death Battle's end was actually at the highest of the bunch.
Yeah.
But still, like, I mean, the thing is, a lot of the calcs from what they had, they put the size of the planet at only Earth, and that just heavily lowered down a lot of the calcs. And if you actually redo them using the size of Viltrum, at the very least, the size of Viltrum for what they used for the episode, they tend to get more large planet dwarf star level, in which, yeah, Omni-Man loses with those, but there are still a good few star level calcs that are a bit more reasonable. And the thing is, like, I've kind of felt for the whole kind of sun disk thing, it is 100% inflated. It is way too high.
Yeah.
But because of how weird it is as a scene, there are certain calcs that just like you can't really do. There's certain scenes or certain like beats within a franchise that you kind of look at and it's just like you need more context. I feel the sun disk is one of those where, I mean, I think like if you use like pixel measurements or something, or like angle sizing, it like ends up as like country level or something silly. And it's like, it's clearly not country level. There's no way it's country level. But then it's also not solar system level. It's like, there's no way it's either of those extremes. And so it's one of the ones in the middle in which you just kind of need a bit more interpretation. Again, I've seen multiple things for it to be moon level. I've seen multiple things for it being star level.
Yeah.
The fact that there's that kind of range based off of different interpretations kind of proves like it needs a bit more kind of like information to kind of work. I personally more kind of go for the star level end. I've seen some of those calcs. They make a lot more sense and use a lot better like metrics for like the size of the planet, using like calculations of like what Death Battle used for Viltrum's planet size, or other calculations that they've done themselves of the size of the planet, and those are so much better. Again, like I think again the Versus Battle Wiki one uses Earth as a base, in which like why would it ever be Earth sized? It's mentioned as being, I mean, it's absolutely not like star level gravity.
Yeah.
But it's not Earth level gravity. The fact that it's even mentioned as like, hey, the characters notice the gravity. Yeah, that doesn't mean that it's black hole level, because Omni-Man was easily able to fly out of a black hole, but it also doesn't mean it's Earth level. I mean, Omni-Man wasn't going to Earth and going like, oh man, it's really hard to fly here. It's like, no, it's like, that's not at all like... And so because of like how weird all the statements and everything kind of goes around it, it's just like, how do you
deal with
you
this?
can't really put a calc to it. And I feel the calc that they gave, like, there are better calculations that still put it to star level. You didn't need to put him to this level. It's just like,
and
I feel that
someone also said, like, in chat regarding that, like, that's flick calc, it's just not consistent, like, on metascale, like, etc. It's like, dang. But, like, you know what, I think, I still want to bring one more thing, though, like, again, is that, I don't know, with fiction, I'm starting to realize, it's a consistent thing I'm starting to realize with, like, the whole, like, a power scaling thing. It's like, whenever it comes to a feat with the sun in a fiction, right, where it's, like, invincible, shit gets really fucking wacky. Like, it's, I don't know, the sun is surprisingly controversial. Like, let's say in JoJo's, for example, we're like, oh my god, the sun, like, it can either be building level, or it could be city level. Like, something ridiculous. Like, it's like, well, what the fuck is this, the calc, right? Then there's, here, I'll show on screen real quick for the stream. Yeah, 096, SPS 096 move the sun. Look at this, right?
One level, 096,
Look at this, and this is, listen, this creature moved the sun, okay? That's the feat that's being counted. And it took a week, let's say a week or something to do so, right? These are the ends for it. You've got, like, fucking town, there's, like, one calc that was city block, or multi-city block, I mean. Then there's, like, the highest possible one's, like, small planet, I think. And then this one's, like, what, mountain level? And, like, and then the worst...
It's not that.
Like, the worst part about this... Oh, true. But the worst part about this calc for, like, the whole sun feat for this creature is that none of these calcs are wrong. They're all, like, there's no correct way to do it.
Exactly.
What the fuck's going on?
With the sun disk, when I like readjusted all the stuff to like at least be a bit more reasonable to one another, it's still different numbers. Like, how are you getting different numbers? And that's the thing with like certain calcs, you just can't really do it for some reason. And it's like, I've kind of noticed that it's certain calcs, I don't know if it's the context needed, I don't know if it's like numbers just tend to vary for some reason, but like they tend to just not be possible sometimes. And I feel that's just like such a weird thing to happen. Like, sometimes you don't have enough context, and like, okay, fair enough, you don't have enough context to know like how long it took to do this thing, but sometimes you do, you have all the information, and you just somehow end up with like 20 different answers, and you're like, okay,
oh, like, dang.
Which one is the correct one?
And then they just tell you, well, they're all correct actually, but they're not correct at the same time. It's like, because like looking at these calcs, right? I'm on the screen. Look, the thing is, imagine this, right? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, which would, so like, if it's made of the kinetic energy. So let's say, I forgot. I'll bring up a Al House example. If you don't get it, I'm so sorry. That's the only thing I can think of. But like, let's say the collector, he moves the moon, right, with his finger, and he's like,
oh, yeah, I know that.
Yeah. I'm just saying for the chat though, for chat, I mean, like, they might know. Some might know, some might know, some might not know. But like, collector, he moves the moon with his fingers. He's like, boop, and it took like half a second for him to do it. The kinetic energy is like absolutely insane. That's like large planet, right, for kinetic energy. Now imagine if instead of him doing that in a second, it took him an entire week to do that, right? The kinetic energy would be a lot lower, right? And that's kind of the problem here. It's like, it's calculating the time like it took to do this. Like, if it took a week, if it took a week for this thing to move the sun, and the distance is like 1.5 centimeters, because it moved only a little bit, okay, to decay like Earth's orbit, that'd be actually like just large town level. That sounds really fucking weird, but like, yeah, in the highest end, it's like this.
I guess it's also like what you're actually calcing can kind of change that, because of how fiction is, you never really end up with like consistent scaling. Like, I know the thing is, like, I've been looking at like a lot of like Ben 10 calcs, and I've been doing a lot of them. One thing I noticed was like, whenever I calculated the explosion size and then I calculated the crater it made, they would never add up. it would always be like the explosion is building level, the crater is town level. And that's always the case. Just every single time, no matter how big the crater was, no matter how small the crater is, no matter how big the explosion is, because you can calculate different parts of it, it ends up with tons of different numbers.
Yeah.
And I feel that's kind of the same with the sun disk. Because like certain calcs, they have it as like, oh, this is the energy to shatter it completely. But it's like, that's not what's happening. If you look at the thing, it's cracking into a bunch of pieces. Okay, so let's calculate the pieces. Okay, well, then you have to figure out how fast they're moving. This says this says that. It's like, okay, well, that's two different speeds, but we don't know how fast they're moving. And so you end up with tons of different numbers that don't fit together just because, again, the people drawing the thing don't have it consistent with like how it's all put together. So again, you have an explosion. The explosion is building level. The crater it makes is town level.
Yeah. It's yeah, it does get like a bit like weird. Like I don't know. I think the sun, in terms of power scaling, like calc wise, is cursed, and it's cursed in power scaling. The sun is cursed when it comes to power scaling, calcing that shit, bro. No matter what fiction, JoJo, like Invincible, SCP, it's cursed, absolutely cursed.
Yeah.
I think there's a thing with OKKO, like a controversy OKKO, the sun, like, bro, the sun, like, how do we chop up the sun, bro, like, the sun is cursed.
Can you like chop it in half or something?
I think
don't remember what.
it got split in half, and like people are like, how do we even? This feat's a little bit weird. How do you calc this? Like, this is a really weird feat to calc. There's a lot of weird stuff behind it. It's like the sun is cursed. It's cursed. Oh yeah, so KT, let's see here in the chat. It says, "We guys thoughts of the episode? Just got on stream. We really liked the episode. At least I did. Like, I liked the episode. It's like right, I'm pretty sure you liked the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, yeah, this was so this is something. Wait, did someone say? It says yeah, there are better arguments for star level anime, but that feat was iffy. The sun disk. Praise the sun disk.
I mean, again, you have the same kind of thing with like lore scaling for Omni-Man. I mean, like there's the whole Omnipotus, like solar system thingy. I know that's a chain reaction thingy, and I know there's the whole thing of like him destroying his home world or dimension, but yeah, that's absolutely just like. But again, what's kind of stopping you from using that? Again, there's when it comes to lore statements in fiction, it's like sometimes you do accept it, sometimes you don't accept it. Sometimes it's just like it's obvious you don't accept that. It's like, oh yeah, universal omnipotus, and it's like, of course he's not universal. I mean, you can see he's getting annihilated by, I can't remember his name. What is?
I think it was
the dinosaur character. I'm trying to remember what his name was.
I don't know.
But like, it's obvious he isn't universal, and it's like that's kind of an issue of a lot of scaling sometimes. Is like, if you actually look at certain statements or lore things, it's like it's obvious that shouldn't be used.
Yeah.
Like I know another big argument for star level Omni-Man is like him destroying Viltrum, because the whole thing of like, oh, the Infinity Ray was not able to able to destroy stars when it's like flying past, and it destroys a star and it keeps going further and it keeps going on forever. And it's like, but then it hits Viltrum and it just stops completely. Like all the momentum is stopped. That blast that can destroy stars is a byproduct of hitting something, and it's just like Viltrum just completely takes it. I can kinda see some weird roundabout way of like, yeah, that can technically be star level.
Like,
if
it
you
could
really
work.
Like, okay.
But like, it's
sure.
just like it'd be the same as like it's like me like, you know, spilling like a cup of water. Like, it's like me knocking down the cup. That's impressive, but like the water knocked out like from it is like, well, it's just a side effect of me knocking down the cup, right? It's like,
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything. So It's kind of like that. Someone said, I'm just here because there's still no debunk vid on the map. Wait, and it's coming from a guy with a Dante PFP? Crazy! Oh, I'm gonna see mad. He's probably like, nah, Kratos should have lost. Yeah, I'm guessing. I want to see if I'm right. Renzo, Gator, DMC profile picture. Do you think Kratos should have lost? This reminds me of the whole Kratos versus Dante debate where some guy pulled out like fake scans on the Kratos. Was it the person repping Kratos? Like, bro, like,
Oh yeah, I
where'd
remember
you?
something like that.
It was. I think I saw the debate. It was pretty funny to witness. I was like, yo, can I like get like who got this, bro? Who made this? He's like, no, bro, it's totally real. Let me get the guy on call. I was like, I don't think he's real, man. He's like, bro, I've never seen this in the game. Who made this? That was something. But yo, the Blue, if you're still here, I'm about to text the Blue for that. I forgot. It's been such a long time since I watched that, but I'm gonna have to rewatch that again. That was funny. the Kratos versus Dante, the Devil May Cry fake scans from, I think it was a mobile Devil May Cry video game. I think it was called POC or something. I don't know. That was a time. These scans are totally real. Just trust me. I don't know. I've never seen these, but yeah, this is.
Who's your source?
It
Came to me in a dream.
It came to me in a dream. It's like, I don't know, this scan looks really fake, man. Like this, I see a little edit here. Like, what is this? And then finally, he's like, yes. Like after they're saying it wasn't fake, it's not fake. It was fake. They're like, yeah, it was fake. Okay. I think that was like this. That was like one of the biggest, I guess, power scaling scandals. Yeah, that's what I'll call it, a power scaling scandal. The Devil May Cry. I think it was the POC or mobile video game fake scans to get like Dante. Like I think it was. Not to outer, I think it was like some higher dimension, like maybe 5D or 60 or something. I forgot what it was exactly.
It was like, I thought it was like 7 or 8.
Like 7 or 8D.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's.
I remember it wasn't 5D because like that, again, like Kratos has arguments for that. I mean, so the best they'd really be doing is just saying like, oh, they're equal.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine they'd have it at least a little bit higher just to be like, oh yeah, Dante absolutely annihilates because he's whatever dimensional or something.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try and find. I might be able to find it actually.
Yeah, and then there's like another power scaling scandal of just the infamous gold experience Requiem fake scans. That was crazy. And also the fake Iraqi statements for gold experience Requiem. That was like another big scandal. I remember it was like a guy was like, I forgot what it was. I remember I saw it in real time. Like the guy was spreading. I was like, yo, dude, like you should like not do that. It's like really bad. Like, come on, please don't do that. He's like, I forgot what exactly was said. I think by one of them, it was. Oh man, I have to go through memory lane. Let me. What was said again? Oh no, I forgot. It was a bad situation. Like, yo, like y'all are cooked for this. What was said? Some other people are in chat are like, finding out the peak of combat scans were fake and the verse got downgraded or degraded to low multi was the funniest shit. It was 9D souls. Dang.
9D.
Wow. People that like fake scans and spread them, just that. At least I'm talking like maliciously, not like some like, oh, it was like a joke where like, I don't know, you could just say like, I don't know, get a JoJo scan and then of JoJo saying poop poopity scoopity scoopity, like, okay, that's a joke one, but like a malicious one would be like JoJo saying like, I don't know, I'm like high out or something dumb, but like, cause some people actually believe it, actually believe that. What's here? Let me find the. I'm gonna try to find it myself now. Let me look here. Where is this? You know, a surprising thing to me was that I'm surprised that Imgur has a community. Like it has an active community of people that look at new things that come out of random people posting. Look here. Where is it? Also, chat's looking pretty nice. You're looking cool, Joker. Joker. Let's see. Let me look here. Do-do-do. Oh, I think I found it. Yep, I found it. Alright, okay. Right, I'm gonna quote this to you, okay? This is what was actually said to me when I was like, kind of like, person, like, yo, like, I was like, because this person actually had people defending for like faking like gold experience Rockman fans like scans, right? And people like thinking like he's even higher than he's supposed to be. Like, yo, like this is a fake scan. What are you doing? And someone said, I was like, why are you defending this person? Like, why are you doing this? And he's like, one of them said, to the point of it is to troll. LMAO, to purposely spread misinformation to fuck with people. He was like, what? What did you just say? You just literally, oh my gosh. I was like, what is this? It was crazy. I was like, oh, heck nah. Heck nah. Yep, those are the two biggest power scaling scandals. The Devil May Cry POC mobile game, like, fake scans, and the gold experience Rockman fake scans. Crazy. I was like, okay. But, yeah, it's something. Let's see, what other things is chat saying? What's it? Right now it's 2:52 p.m. I'll end the stream at like 3 p.m. So, I got about 8 minutes, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, you know, might as well, here. I'll pause the music real quick and we'll listen to this one more time. Look, we're gonna look at this fight one more time, chat. One more time, because we got the time. Alright. Here we go. This fight. His hands are shaking. He's Kratos, the god of war. Sneeze says, Jobber, what's the next death battle? Ghost Rider versus Spawn. Or Spawn versus Ghost Rider. But yeah, Devil Artemis, he really cooked with this animation. Really popped off. Kudos to him. Also, after stream, I really can't wait to make that Kratos Kingdom Hearts edit and post on Twitter. That's gonna be fun. Wait, so, right, I got a question. Who are these guys in this thing?
I have no idea,
Like,
actually. I was actually about to ask you. I have no...
Yeah, like...
who are these, like, no...
Like, I thought they're other... I was like, maybe they're from Asura's Wrath. I never see them in God of War. Like, what...
I think they probably are from Asura's Wrath.
Or maybe Legend of Zelda? Like, beats me. Like, what is... I don't know who they are. Doesn't matter. They're fodder. Got folded. Less than a second.
It's true then.
Snoozy said they're guards from Ashura's Wrath. Oh, they're guards. Okay.
Out of war, Sangaya.
Soldiers,
But-
demigods.
Not for long. You do not want this fight.
There's so many questions. Why was she there? Why were the guards there? Why was Kratos there?
I actually have no idea why the fight is starting. I'm a bit confused of, like, why... what is exactly happening? Does he, like, teleport him somewhere else? Is that something Asura can do?
Like, the only thing I can think of is that maybe, like, it's like Ashura. Like, let's say Kratos, he's just sitting there, and then maybe he gets a premonition of, like, Ashura, and then, like, all of a sudden he gets teleported, because, like, I'm guessing maybe Mithra teleported Kratos there so Kratos can save her from the soldiers, and then, like, it's all misunderstanding. Like, Kratos is, like, right there, and basically Ashura thinks Kratos is, like, the one attacking, you know, Mithra, when really it was those soldiers or something. I'm just trying to make some guesses here. I don't know. It's not really well explained. Yeah.
Do not want this fight.
You know, it was kind of sad to see the. You know, actually, the icon I wanted to appear the most in this fight was like press I don't know, this button to make Kratos shut up. That was pretty funny. Someone's like, Kratos could explain what happened.
I was actually expecting a bit more like quick time events, little pop up thing.
And true, we got like more like the form names for
You let your
Asura
wrath
than
consume you.
the quick times.
I have been down that road before.
I mean, I was really expecting like the ending to have like Kratos,
Very
God of
well.
War, to be like kind of the thing at the end. Because again, they had that with the analysis, so I was kind of expecting that for this fight too.
Yeah. Also, Kratos was Asura like gets his arm sticking off like constantly in this fight. It's like Asura's wrath, like more like armless wrath. It's crazy. Look what's about to happen to him. Look what Kratos is about to do to this man. Yeah, Kratos. Oh, yeah, dice him up, dice him up, dice him. Damn. No arms. Maidenless. That was a nice moment in the battle. I like that. That's pretty cool. This is so cool. So Java just made the reaction now. Renzo, we already saw this like at the very beginning. We loved like at the very beginning of the game, me and Red already saw this. So we're just right to it for the second time, like fully again. Like so, this is the second time, right? The rest we're just like been talking after we made our initial reaction.
This is not my end!
Somebody clip this. This is the best moment of the fight. Whoo! Asura the Destructor. I'm making that a gif, bro. The Kratos looking up like that.
Wait, is that based off of the "you clearly don't own an air fryer"?
You clearly don't own an air fryer? I've never heard that one.
You know the, you don't know the Iron Man.
Nah.
Him just saying you clearly don't own an air fryer.
Oh, send it to me. Send it to me. I'll take a look.
Exact face.
Yeah, definitely send that to me. I'll take a look. I'm making this a gif, man. Look at this. Bro, Kratos just like turned into Khabib from UFC. He was like, Asura, go sleep. Go sleep now. Go sleep.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan!
Wow. Oh wait, I gotta pause real quick because I just got a $5 donation from True SSJ Havoc. $5. He says, "Don't forget PlayStation All Stars is canon, which boosts Chris even higher." I'm not gonna take a stance on whether it's canon or not, but I mean, I hope it's canon. That's kind of funny. That'd be kind of funny and cool. Like, oh, PlayStation All Stars. I love that game. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. True SSJ might be cooking because if PlayStation All Stars is canon, then that means that like, listen, Red, do you know who Isaac Clarke's rival was in that game? Do you remember?
Wait, which?
Do you know Isaac Clarke from Dead Space by chance?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you know who his rival was?
No.
It was motherfucking Zeus from God of War. Yes, Isaac from Dead Space threw hands with Zeus. Like Zeus was like who is this mortal? Like, and Isaac's like, oh my god, it's another guy with a god complex. Like, listen, bro, I'm not trying to do all that extra stuff. And like, Zeus is like, oh, perhaps you thought I was making a request. Let me make myself clear. And he throws a lightning bolt at Isaac. And Isaac goes like, he catches that bitch ass lightning bolt with his kinesis, bro. He's like, I got technology. I'm like horror Iron Man, okay? Like, you're not touching this. Like, it's badass. Isaac doesn't give a fuck. But also, like, hold on. Infinite to immeasurable speed, like Isaac, and also multiversal Isaac, PlayStation All Stars. I think I might cook with that actually. Let me, at least for a comp Isaac. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I like Dead Space too much. All right, let's keep let's keep watching this.
A worthy end.
Also, Kratos is a little spammer. Look at this. Look what he does here.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan.
This spear is so frustrating. Look what he's gonna do. Alright, that's first spear. Look at this!
But you deserve a worthy end.
Also, Kratos defeating like a super giant Asura reminds me of what he did to Kronos. And they fall. And again, Asura is armless. Constantly in this fight. It's like the third time.
Are a monster no longer. I never was.
Yeah. This is so anime. I can't believe it. Kratos really said, I refuse to lose to anime. It's like it's like the Life Arrow Captain Falcon meme. I refuse to lose to anime. And it reminds him of Atreus. And he walks away. It was nice, and then we'll go over to here because we already went over pretty much. It says, did you watch? Dang, it looks like Sammy's getting cooked in the chat. Let's see here.
But
Let's go over here to the alternate ending.
God of Wrath
We'll take a look
was
at that.
great
Then we'll
toast.
the winner
end
is Kratos.
the stream. Actually, well, hold on.
But
I'll give it a
what
10-minute
if?
grace period because I want some questions. All right, alternate ending scenario. Damn. When you walk away. Look at this. So disrespectful.
And that can
Alright, that's pretty much the gist of that. Alright, so I'll give y'all like 3:15. Right now it's 3:05 for me, so 3:15 I'll end the stream, but just I guess asking the last questions before the stream ends, Drew. So like what can we talk about? Now I'm full off with chat pretty much, so this is crazy. Alrighty, still there?
Oh yeah.
Okay. But yes, try to ask some questions. Beardred will talk till like 3:15 EST, which is about like 10 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes, we're about to jet. So, yeah, what's up, League of Lost Souls? Kratos, man, it's a whole debate in the chat of Kratos would not beat Asura. Asura would not beat Kratos. It's happening. The Jonkler memes are happening. The Batman arc of subreddit, it's happening with Kratos versus Asura. Lore man. Yeah, it's Lore man versus Feats man. They're in their asylum like rooms, like looking at each other, arguing like like that's what they're doing. Like they're just laughing at each other. Like, oh boy. Chat is the true death battle, Jobber. Okay. It says how did Kratos take speed as well if he didn't have Hermes shoes? Kratos didn't need Hermes shoes. They just said, yo, Kratos, he just beats Hermes ass, bro. Like Kratos, like sure, like your only talent is like running away, but when you run to face me, like I will catch you. Like if you're next to me, I will react and I'll grab you way faster than you can move around. It says, what's the name of your co-host? His name's Red. It's Red Eric. It's Red Eric, you know? The absolute lad. The Chad. Yeah, you know, yeah, Red, actually, you like that sound? Like, I think that would be like the lad, the Chad, Red Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good title. But also, once again, thank you for coming on stream and just react this with me. Just talk about this, like the death battle, man. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty.
If you want to do it for like the Spawn Ghost Rider, if you want.
Spawn Ghost Rider? Maybe. This one's like particularly big and at least a very special. Man. Like, okay, like usually I don't like. Let's say
maybe if another.
Yeah.
Like kind of. If another match kind of comes up like this, because again, like Spawn Ghost Rider, I mean, I don't really know much of anything. I mean, for both.
Mm-hmm. No, either way, you know, like Spawn Ghost Rider. Yeah. I'm not really too interested in the matchup. Like, this might be a hot take. Yeah. I kind of think the matchup's kind of like, well, it's okay. I mean, I feel like it's a bit maybe. This might be cruel, but I think that matchup's pedestrian. I think what was it? Spawn versus Demi-Fiend from Shin Megami Tensei is better. I think it's a lot more interesting question. I like Spawn versus Demi-Fiend. It's very unique of a matchup and quite popular too. I like to see that a lot more than Ghost Rider. Like, it's just a Marvel character like coming in to do his thing. He's gonna, I don't know, he's gonna be outer solo. And not to say Spawn's weak or anything. Spawn's like super, super strong. Like, people are gonna be really surprised to see how strong he is in the episode. He's way above, at least he's definitely above like 5D, I'm pretty sure. Definitely above 5D. Especially in his god form, divine form, whatever. At least I think, once again, him versus Demi-Fiend, more interesting fight. Even though, I mean, both Demi-Fiend and Ghost Rider, they're both outer. But like, I guess technically the fight would be cooler and closer with Demi-Fiend instead. That's just personal preference. Everyone can enjoy what they like and stuff. I'll still probably give it a look. Yeah, still very surprised though about that matchup. Let's see. So it says, I just want Jabber Godot's opinion. Wait, did Godot, how strong would composite Kratos be? I have absolutely no idea. I am sorry that I can't answer that question. I know like a lot of scaling stuff from like Kratos from like the videos and like other like power skills that scale Kratos like from I know, but in terms of composite Kratos, like I could probably give you a good general range where he should be like canon wise, right? But composite, I don't know. I do not know. It says, do you intend to stream your reactions to more death battles? Yes, I do. I do tend to. I mean, I guess it depends if like some of them really just catch my like interest really. Like, for example, let's say if they're still doing a season thing, like it's a whole season like of death battle, rather than like, I mean, they're not really doing seasons nowadays because the whole Kickstarter thing. So let's just say it's a whole season. I wouldn't react to a whole season death battle just because. I mean, I don't react to the episodes that like will really pique my interest, like this one, for example. That this will mean to me. I don't think Ghost Rider Spawn doesn't really pique my interest, but maybe I might stream it. I don't know. Maybe I might. If I do stream it, I'm definitely riding for Spawn. I'm going hard for Spawn. I'm like, yo, like, Spawn, come on, Let's go. Like, let's go. I know you're gonna lose, but like, I want to see where they got you at. Where they got you at. It'd be way higher than, of course, the first easy death battle. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Well, Sammy, that's so extra for Kratos vs. Asura. That's not accurate. I spit my drink out laughing at the results. Damn, that's crazy. KT says, who do you think wins the next time? My money's on Ghost Rider. Yeah, Ghost Rider should stomp. They might have speed equal, maybe, but like stats wise, like, there's not much Spawn could really do. Says he still reacts. Let's see here. Oh no, the lore. It's happening in the chat. Yo, Thick Grimes is here. Yo, what's up, Thick Grimes? Nice seeing you here. Glad you enjoyed the episode. Me and Red Eric, we really enjoyed the episode as well. It was a banger. Like, very good episode. Kratos beat Precog. That was pretty nice. Let's see. This Kratos versus Asura discords of the chat with some first saying is actually making me chuckle. Like, this is actual memes. Okay. He only caught her. Okay, let's keep going. It says, was it KT says, if I'm free, I would join you on another like I did on a product. That does seem fine. Yeah, that's fine. You can join me. Someone said Asura boys are mad, LMAO. It's looking like it. Maybe there might be some Kratos fans that are also mad that Kratos won because he got scaled higher than a tree. He got like, imagine the concept of Kratos being scaled higher than tree level, higher than like peak athlete human level. You know, crazy. There's a lot. Oh my goodness, chat is flooding. Maybe a little higher using Mortal Kombat. Kind of wonder if Mortal Kombat is canon to Kratos. He mentions PlayStation All Stars, but he never mentions Mortal Kombat, I think. Let's see. Holy moly. Imagine if Kratos had the Infinity Gauntlet. How strong would Kratos be with the Infinity Gauntlet? However high the Infinity Gauntlet is in Marvel. I heard that thing can reach Multiversal Plus to maybe outer. Yeah, that just depends on like how you scale Marvel to have that one. Let's see, 60 is better for low ends. Consistently yapping right now. Says good episode. Not as good as Bowser vs. Eggman, but still good. Actually, yeah, Reddick, what's your thoughts on this? Which episode's better? The Kratos vs. Asura or Bowser vs. Eggman? What's your take?
Oh yeah, definitely Bowser versus Eggman. No, yeah, that's like one of the few I definitely say is like a 10 out of 10. It's like there's really nothing I can even say like that's like bad about that kind of bad about that episode. Thing is like Kratos Asura, it's like no, yeah, I mean still yeah, 9 out of 10. Easy 9 out of 10 for Kratos Asura. It's like compared to like the 4 we had previously for last year, I'd say it's better than Omni-Man Bardock. It's definitely better than maybe on par with Joker Giorno, maybe slightly better. Granted, again, it might just be recency bias, or I feel like I might need to see it a couple more times just to kind of like see like where I'd kind of place it. But currently, I'd say like around that kind of range.
Yeah.
Probably above Among Us Fall Guys. That one I'd probably put like 8 out of 10, so I guess like 9 out of 10. Yeah, Kratos Asura, 9 out of 10. One of the best they've done, but definitely not like a 10 out of 10 match.
Yeah,
it is good. I mean, I'm not like downplaying. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, it's like, yeah, but it's not like that. But I mean, yeah, like top 10, 20. Battles.
Yeah, I think I put me personally probably put this like, yeah, it's definitely in top 10 tier. Somewhere there. If I read like the recent like I guess quote unquote season we're having right now, this will definitely be below Best for Eggman. But I think this is the second best so far, and it has good reason to be. Like this is generally pretty good, and also its conclusion. I'm like 99% certain that this is the longest conclusion that Death Battle has ever done before for like a Death Battle. Like that was a long conclusion that you had to go back to explain. Like, look how long this was. It lasted... Look at this. Hold on. I'm not going to count the alternate scenario. So I'll go back here. It's like about like 5 minutes of the conclusion there. It's kind of crazy. Long. Very long. But, what else? Yeah. This... What is it? I don't think it's fair to compare Chris Asura to Bowser Eggman because they're going for drastically different executions. Army fight to cinematic fight. I guess that's fair as well, but even then, it's still like an incredibly amazing fight, though. Like we're just saying, just in general, like just in general, I think Bowser Eggman is just better than Kratos Asura, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all because Kratos Asura is very close to Bowser versus Eggman. That's another high feat of itself for this episode. I think they really knocked it out of the park, regardless of once again who wins, or who skilled where to who, or blah 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 blah, blah or who shot Johnny. I don't like it. The editing, everything was on point. Everything was on point. It really felt like two different mythologies going at each other. You know, it was really cool to witness. Really cool to witness. You know what? I'll be extra generous. Three more minutes, and then stream's end. It's through end. All right, 3 more minutes. But so 3:20. So yeah, like more questions. Like what y'all guys? All the power scaling channels argued Asura wins, while all the power scaling channels say Kratos. So well, I mean, I guess that really does bring like, well, I've seen Asura like obliterate a galaxy with my eyes. Yeah, I see Kratos like struggle to lift a door or a tree or open a chest. So I think the victor is very clear here. Wait. I think what was the main argument is like, what's Kratos gonna do when Asura goes so big and he punches the planet explodes? Kratos can't breathe in space. What's he gonna do? Like, I do not know. Says whether Kratos or Asura wins, people can play regardless. Okay. What is going... There's like... Oh my goodness. There's like 3 different debates happening in the chat right now. What the... This is unhinged. What do y'all chill? Oh my goodness. Yo, wait. I'm not gonna lie. Joker versus Jorno stream was more chill in the chat. Like, compared to this. Like, there wasn't really... Like, maybe like 1 debate. Like, there's like 3 debates happening here at once. What are y'all doing? Kratos versus Asura, peeps. They're all going at each other. What? Yo, Red.
Yeah.
Can you like open YouTube or on your computer or something, or your phone? Just look at that. Look at the chat.
Yeah.
I want you to see how unhinged this is. Before the stream. Look. What is going on here?
Wait, let me see.
Yeah, you have to see this before stream ends. Look at this.
70.
Like, oh my goodness. You're seeing what I'm seeing now. Whoa. It says, God Halo Knight says, do you think the conclusion's reasoning was good? For me personally, yeah, for the most part, yeah. Most part, yeah. I mean, me and Red did like question like why some other things like weren't mentioned, and most likely it's because of the casual audience, right? It's like, yo, like what you just said in the beginning for Kratos was like, it's infinite 4D straight up, but you just went to the calculable number, right? It's like, oh, that's kind of strange, because you could have used that to say like it doesn't matter like how like how calculably high Asura could catch up to get. He's not catching up to infinity, right? Or use 5D Hope Kratos, right? Or something along those lines, you know. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of the gist right there. It says, what? Wait a minute. Wait, is that how long his works in? He got name dropped. Dang. That's crazy. But, yeah, it was fun having the stream. It's time for the stream to end. Really appreciate having all y'all here. Clear Red Eric. It was a fun stream, fun reaction to Step Battle's Peak. And yeah, it was solid all the way through. Like, I hope y'all have a... someone asked me one more question. You know what? Okay, I'll answer one more question. Someone said, want to hear your opinion, Jobber, the fact that shaking Yggdrasil equals destroying the universe over? Well, yeah. Like, if you look up Versatile Wiki tiering system and go to, like, something that says, like, I don't know, low multi or multiversal plus, like, if you're able to significantly affect a structure by even just shaking it like that, that's a pretty insane feat, right? And I think they even just said, like, or just, like, it wasn't even just shaking the whole Yggdrasil, I think it was also destroying it as well. Like, you're capable of destroying it, you know? So, so shaking an entire structure like that, that is significantly affecting all of it. Yeah, of course, it scales. That's a feat of scale too. I got another donation. True SSJ said, whoa! Yo, we're not gonna allow that, we lost souls. I gotta put you in timer for that. No. We're not having any homophobia. Nope. We're not having that. We're not having that. Leader of Lost Souls. We're not having that. Anyways, what True SSJ was saying, it's more people are caught up in AW's theatrics rather than Arshrath's theatrics rather than understanding Kratos can scale higher through his wins. Okay, yeah. It's like the presentation of Asura's Wrath and the lack of presentation for, like, the God of War series, where it's like more tell you things rather than, like, show you or something. I get what you mean. Yeah, that makes sense, you know. But anyways, yeah, the stream was awesome. Very awesome. Anyways, yeah, I hope to see y'all next time on stream and stuff like that. I hope y'all have a great day. I'll catch y'all later.